Hey everyone, what's up? Yeah, I got about 13 minutes to do this while I can. Thought I'd kind of give you my thoughts on something that I've been thinking about talking about, but really haven't, haven't really known what to say about it. But well, I've got about 13 minutes, so might as well say what I can. I want to talk about Patreon. Obviously, for some of you that know what Patreon is, this is a site, this is a website, out there that a lot of people that I'm fans of, friends with, are using. People like Zer Nizarak, who I'm friends with and a fan of his work, Animat, of of Animat's movie reviews, Huey Toonmore, Linkara, I'm sure Nostalgia Critic Doug Walker's into it, I'm sure James Wolfe of Angry Video Game Nerd fame is into it, Angry Joe the same way. People I'm fans of and like with Zer Nizarak, a fan and friends with, uh, are all part of this in a way. They all have some kind of, and I, they're all part of this, if you will. You know, I'm even part of Patreon. I've actually registered onto it, but I'm not, where these guys are just yet. Um, Now, mainly from what I can understand, what Patreon is it's kind of similar to Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And what it is it's basically a website that allows people, like let's say Zara Nizarak or Animat, uh, to allow fans to help them out. It allows them to reach goals that they need to reach. Now, like with Kickstarter and Indiegogo, when people contribute money to those projects that are advertised on those sites, like with the Angry Video Game Nerd movie a year or two ago, a few years ago, the fact is when the money was being sent in to get that made, that was through Indiegogo, and that's basically what Patreon is. The only other difference with Patreon, and I think it's a bit of a similarity to Kickstarter, is when you register a certain amount, you could get awards, you can get prizes, stuff like that. Now, obviously, I read off Animat's Patreon page, and basically it depends on how much you want to contribute. I mean, you could contribute $1, and that went $2, $5, and that'd be okay. Um, I think Kickstarter has something similar, or Indiegogo has something similar, but not on this level. Um, but one thing that I think bugs a lot of people about Patreon is when people like Animat or Linkara or Angry Joe or Sarah Nizarak or whoever, let's say they're doing a review and they depend on reviews through different means. Like with Animat, one of his main ways of doing a classic review was using his hat, his animation hat, and randomly picking out a title that someone had requested. And then he would tell who that person is down below at the end of the review. However, ever since he's gotten into Patriarch, just like some other people, like I said, Zara Nizarak, Joe, James, Critic, and all them, he has also allowed people to request any movie they want. Now there is a catch to it, and this is what kind of makes Patreon popular with people, but it also makes it very uh, not so favorable because I know there's a lot of people that don't like Patreon because basically you got a goal. Basically, you got to set a price goal for people to reach to get certain rewards and certain privileges. And I think that's what makes them popular because that's what makes them, I think, different from Kickstarter and Indiegogo. But it's also what makes people not like them that much because you got to reach a certain goal to get what you want. And with some people like Animat, it doesn't matter what the price range is. If you give them even $5, $10, hey, you get early access to his videos, and that's fine. You know, you add more, you get more than just early access. You get like a T-shirt maybe, or you get these other rewards, other prizes. But then when you reach a goal that some people might say is ridiculous, like let's say $100 or more, then not only do you get everything that was mentioned before with the other contributions you can make, but you also get to choose the review that Animat does. In other words, you could choose, let's say, you could choose an animated feature of your choosing for him to review. That's right, you could choose any animated feature. Either it's live action and animation together, live action CGI, claymation. You know, you can choose all animation, doesn't matter. You know, basically with him, if you pledge $100 or more, you basically can get any movie you want reviewed. Now, some people might say that's kind of a ripoff, though, because they need that $100 for other stuff, and that is true. It might seem like a ripoff, but in nowadays society and nowadays economy, it's not that bad of a deal, because not only do you get everything that's mentioned, but $100. I mean, think about it. Think about it. There are people out there that will charge $200, $150, $300 sometimes to do a certain commission for you. Yeah, there are people that would do that. And sometimes if you have the money, it's no big deal. If you have the money, it's no big deal. But in the end, if you don't have the money, it is a big deal. Like I said, in the end, if you don't have the money, it is a big deal. And that's why some people are not too fond of Patreon at times, because no offense to Animat, I understand and respect what he's doing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let you know right now, if I ever get the chance, I might contribute to Animat's Patreon with $100 or more, and hopefully get a review of mine done by him down the road. I'm just saying, I'm thinking about that, because there are seriously some movies I think he needs to review, even if some may not consider them like movies. But still, the point is, you know, I understand why some people do not like the fact that people like Animat and others would charge so much just so you could get a single review, maybe more so, done. And again, I totally understand it, and I totally respect that. Just like I totally understand and respect why people like Animat, Angry Joe, Zero Nizarak, you know, why they do it. And this is what makes people, you know, want to go to Patreon a lot more. Makes them want to, you know, walk towards it, because it allows them to allow the fans or anybody that wants to contribute the opportunity to contribute as much as they want, as well as reach a goal. And that goal is usually, yeah, it'll cost a little bit more, but the thing is, what he's saying is, hey, you do this, do that, do that, then you're going to get all this. But if you really want to help out, and you really want to get your movie reviewed, along with all those other things that you get along with your other contributions, boom, here you go. Now, I know some people might, like I said earlier, would say $100 is asking much. It's kind of asking too much, and it might be. I know some people would say $50 is more of a $75 or $50 is more of a reasonable price, because you still get your movie reviewed and everything. Or you get your movie or your game reviewed or whatever, you get it reviewed. The thing is with Patreon, that's the beauty of it, sometimes in a positive and negative way. Positive is, hey, even if it might cost you a little bit more extra, you'll still get something you've been wanting done for quite some time. You might finally get to see it done. If it doesn't cost it, but on the negative side, sometimes it seems a little unfair from an economy standpoint. But again, that's the beauty of it, because sometimes When you have the money, it's like, okay, I'm going to do it. But on the other hand, it's like, why should I do it? It's too much. It's unfair. And I know some people have probably approached Animat, Sarah Nizarak, Angry Joe, Nostalgia Critic, Linkara, James Wolfe, I'm sure a lot of them have approached them and have basically said, hey, why would you do this? Why can't you guys just save up the money yourselves, or maybe, I don't know, get a secondary job and work for the money like that? And what some people have to understand is this Patriot deal is part of their jobs. Yeah, some of them do have real jobs. Like I have a real job, Zero Nizarak has a real job. A lot of them do. But sometimes doing reviews, like what Animat does, and Joe does, and Ninkara does, that is their life. That is their job. And that's why they depend on things like Patreon, because it helps them gain more money from those that want to help out. I mean, they saw what fans did on Kickstarter for James, obviously, and they said, you know what, if fans can help James make that a reality, then maybe through Patreon we can make this a reality. And that's what they do. So, overall, that basically, from what I can tell, is what Patreon is. It's a kind of a night and day deal depending on how you look at it. It's good because it helps others out that do some of the stuff that they do, like the reviews and stuff for a living. It helps them out. But it's also a night kind of thing because it's sometimes by helping those out, you've got to basically fork over money you feel is a little too much to pay. But again, you have to understand that it helps them out because it helps them out in the end give you what you want. Now, I know some people, again, like I said before I go here, don't like the fact that some people will, like Animat or Joe or whoever, will say, hey, you pay $100 or more, not only to get everything that you get before, but you also get a review. And I know some people, like I said, I know some people don't like that, but, that's how things go. That's how things go nowadays. But here's the benefit sometimes, I think, before I go here. Here's the benefit. People like Animat, yeah, they may charge a lot just for you to get your review. And it may seem unfair to those that put suggestions for his animation hat in. But people like Animat and a few others out there like Joe and Linkara and others, they even let you have say. Depending on how much you put in there, they'll let you have some say in the review. They will. They'll let you be a part producer, part director, whatever. So, but that's basically, like I said in a nutshell, what Patreon is, in my opinion. So, let me know what you guys think down below. I gotta head off to work, and I'll talk to you guys later.